Greetings, greetings, greetings. You are now tuned into the vault. Trust Christian own nothing, control everything. Just want to thank you for tuning in live, listening to replay. Always appreciate everybody that tunes in live, listens in the replay. This is the vault, episode 674. Big announcement, current market conditions. Definitely appreciate everybody that tunes in live, listens in the replay. This is the vault, episode 600, once again, it's 74. And so we wanted to do this episode today. This is a big announcement on the current market conditions. We could have read more data, but the data that we did read, it was enough to have this conversation. And so we're having a trustee conversation in public, pretty much a public conversation. It doesn't have to be a private conversation. You are at the vault. You are tuned into the vault if you want to get a consultation. Christian at trustchristian.com. Once again, that's Christian at trustchristian.com. The email you can reach out to. But we're going to hop into it. The big announcement, the current market conditions. So some people say, oh, the market is driven by emotions. No, it's not. The market is driven by the fundamentals. And when people forget the fundamentals, they miss out on what will be considered the truth. The truth in the economy is there's the economy and then there's the stock market. Most people's businesses aren't even public. So for that reason, we're not here debating about the stock market. We're not here debating about is the market going down? Is it going up? We can sit here and go look at the market right now, ladies and gentlemen. Some people say, "Oh man, trust Christian. You gotta look at the market. It's not did this." So we're just gonna go ahead and give our quick market review. We can tell y'all right now, even if you all were to experience the R word, uh, the thing about it is that it's more of an experience than it is actually you participating, because when it comes down to it, we're talking about what are you participating in? Are you participating in the growth of the economy, or are you participating in something and or otherwise? So we're just gonna go look at the markets here real quick. Like even if we go look at the S&P, ladies and gentlemen, some people say, "Oh man, the market it's been going up and down." First of all, we're just gonna go see is it up year over year. If the market's up year over year, then it's not down. It's up year over year. So that means last time to this time, same day, last year, your money has pretty much done what it was supposed to do. Went up. So we're gonna just check the market real quick for year over year. And that's what we're gonna check right now. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to talk about the current market conditions. A lot of people were fretting over the what is that? These tariffs and things of that nature. We sat in some rooms already this year, and these things are causing dis- disruptions in supply chains for sure. We've already seen it. If you have international companies, we can see it. We're aware of it. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do if you see the market and it's saying right now, well, some people say the market's going down, it's going up. There's actually quite a bit of volatility in the market right now. That's what we are seeing. We can admit that. But the volatility's been there for over 30 days. It's been there for over uh, actually 60 days. We've seen the volatility. Right. The stock market is up year over year. What are we talking about? Well, well, let's see. Year over year. So all we want is year over year. Most people, if they just got in, if they're in a year term, all right, great. Last year, this time in May, on April 15th, 2024, it was at 5,000. Ladies and gentlemen, it's at 5,400. Has it was it at 5,700? Yes, it was. But now we're at a place where what? The market is above last year's date. And so it has taken a dip. Has it taken more of a dip than where it was last year? That could be a question of asking. Someone could ask that. Yes, it has. It's went 90 basis points lower. And so these are conversations that people can have when they're talking about the market. Oh, Just Christian Vote, where's the market at? Well, right now it's actually back up 400 points. It's going in the right direction. May have had a dull moment there. We can't say that it didn't. But we also could say that it's also had some moments where it's in a great place right now. It's still above its average over the past year plus. There you go. That's S&P up year to date for sure. So how are you losing? You're not. And if you judged off of your last year term, you would be up year to date. And it's been going up 2, 3 years in a row now. Actually, 2 years in a row now. This is the second. You're going on a third year that we'll have is rally. And so we have seen some corrections. This is a correction. We are very aware of what corrections look like at the vault, and we're okay with the correction. But let's just jump into a little bit more of what people want to hear, which is more about these tariffs and things of that nature. Oh, trust Christian Vault, I see a tariff and it's breaking my pockets. Well, we've already seen some people tried to argue our point of employee retention, but talent is available right now, and talent is in a place where it's how much talent can you have come to the table and work with you guys. That's what people want to know. How much talent can you have come to the table? And so here we go. There is an abundance of talent in the market, and there are people that have applied for those jobs just like people that haven't applied and they are talented. Well, the ones that have applied, they're the ones that might have more of a chance because they've applied. And so there isn't a lack of talent even applying, let alone getting hired and working right now. So we're gonna keep it moving in the conversation about the market. Because right now, the market is supposed to be, oh, it's a terror trust Christian info. It's rallied a little bit on us. It's rallied on us. Okay, so what happened? Did you get hit with a juke? Was the juke that you got shook out of a position because you didn't take your profits, because you didn't take money off the table? Or is it a position where we did take capital off the table? We restructured the portfolio for this current administration. We kind of see we even maybe have had to shift our portfolio to a 1 to 3 month strategy as opposed to a 2 to 3 to maybe 6 month strategy to a year strategy right now. Whereas the shift may be a lot more nimbler inside of a 1 to 3 month strategy. We have trustees that are going through training. So, oh, Christian, I'm trading options. Well, okay, we're talking about 1 to 3 month strategies now. Not talking about 90 days out plus. We're talking about actually right now, within the next 90 days, within the next 30 days, staying nimble. So the current market conditions, they lend to us doing what? To being nimble. The current market conditions say you got to get into a recession proof business. That's being honest with everybody. It just seems as though, oh, well, what about apartment buildings, Trust Christian Vault? Yeah, after they keep putting moratoriums on these type of things, these are the type of things you like, man, how are we going to stay in business if it's moratoriums on the business model? Right. It shows you it's not a beneficial business model right now. It's actually counterintuitive to the culture and to the. It's almost like at one point we might say free housing all for people, but they do have an affordable housing act, so it's not like we don't see that type of DNA and that type of conversation going on. We've just seen a lot of other conversations go on in the public about, oh well, not just, well, yeah, we've seen a lot of conversation going on about student loans, things of that nature. But when we talk about uh when we talk about free housing, once again, there's when we talk about that, you might as well talk about homelessness. That's what you're talking about. And so they say it's a challenge in the states with that right now. So they're doing their best to address these issues. But the current market conditions, ladies and gentlemen, some people say, oh, are the current market conditions lively? Are they lively for you all, ladies and gentlemen? Are the current market conditions lively? Are the current market conditions lively? Well, we would like to think the current conditions are made for people that want to take advantage of the current moment right now. So when we talk about the current market conditions over at the vault, especially on the public side, uh, the market conditions are prime for growth. They've been prime for growth. If you are looking into the areas that have taken their shift, then you'll see that there are markets that are benefiting, and then of course there's some markets that's getting beat up. We're very aware of that, ladies and gentlemen. We're very aware that markets are getting beat up right now, but there are also markets that are really benefiting, and we know that really, even when you look back at the stock market, if you say it's not benefiting, it is benefiting. It's going back, it's moving in the right direction. And what people you can bet on is that people are in the market every single day doing their best, or people are in the market every single day to actually capitalize off of these moments, not just the big swing moves, but to also capitalize off of doing their best of what they consider building wealth in the current market conditions. We'll just say this: in the current market conditions we're in right now, this is a wealth transfer type mentality. So if you wanted a big number, this is a big number moment because we're in a wealth transfer going on again. Just what's the wealth transfer? It's going for. We even talk about it online with some of our senior advisors. It's a silver lining. There are a lot of older people that they don't want to own the business anymore. They don't want to own the business anymore. Bottom line. So what are the current market conditions? The current market conditions, some people would say, are macro slow, so possibly bearish. That's fair. And they would say micro is still slow, so it's micro bearish, which are two confirmations. The one thing we'll say is that in the current market that we're in, ladies and gentlemen, it's about what you think and what you determine. Of course, there's an outside market. Of course, there's going to be noise. That market fluctuates. But the biggest market is what market you're in and what market you plan on dominating. That's what we're talking about right now. Because we are in a 5 year cycle of guts or glory, for sure. There's no doubt about it. Guts or glory in this cycle. Why? Because we got one of the presidents that actually understands business and understands that it's guts or glory. Usually with them, so the economy is guts or glory for the next 4 years. You follow the theme, you'll probably end in line. Guts or glory. Which one are you? And that could be a challenge for some people. Oh, Trust Christian Vault, do I really have to play that way? You don't have to play guts. You just may want to play glory. And we'll see how that pans out. But for the most part, big announcement is the current market conditions, they're prime for entrepreneurs, investors, people that are willing to think a certain way. What's that thinking a certain way, Trust Christian? Well, when you have your mindset right, you can have your goal set right. When you have your goal set right, you can take after them and go after them, correct? Right. That's the big announcement, ladies and gentlemen. Just making sure you're getting your private education needs fulfilled. Christian at trustchristian.com. Once again, that's Christian at trustchristian.com. Definitely want to thank you for tuning in live, listening, replay. Always appreciate you for tuning in live, listening, replay. The big announcement for the current market conditions. Make it a point to write down your number on the wall. Put it up somewhere you're going to see it every day. Let it become part of your unconscious mind. Appreciate you all for tuning in live, listen, replay. Always appreciate everybody for tuning in live, listen, replay. Feel free to reach out. Christian at trustchristian.com. Once again, that's Christian at trustchristian.com. Peace and joy.